Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Conan Exiles, Age of Calamitous. In the last episode, we completed a few more quests, and a good thing that we did was also bringing a horse back and taming it. And so we have our black horse here, actually converted it from whatever horse it was. I think it was a brown horse and converted it to a black horse. But in this episode, we're going to maybe do a couple quests, but we really need to focus on expanding our house here because it is quite small for all the benches that I need to put down, and I actually put one of them on the outside. So we're going to be focusing more in this area in this episode, and I also need to make a stable bench for the saddle for my black horse. So that's what we'll also be doing today. So we're just gonna gather, excuse me, I'm gonna gather a bunch of stone. And we also need a lot of wood too, but mostly stone since it's made out of sandstone, it requires more stone than wood. And if I were to build the opposite, which is Flotsam, that would require more wood than stone, but I'd rather do sandstone just because there's an abundance. I mean, there's abundance of trees, but an abundance of stone is a lot better too. But I'm not really sure how I'm wanting to expand it. I don't want to go up a level and put things upstairs. What I'll probably do is I'll just make the back of the house maybe larger. It'll probably have to be elevated though, whether it be through pillars or via sandstone fence foundations. Okay, that should be enough. Maybe. Alright, so I'm going to extend it out this way by you. So here, here. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually just use pillars instead. And this expansion should have enough space for the rest of the benches that we need. If not, I can always expand even more. Not a problem. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I maybe put a window here. Yeah, put a window there. And a window there. And a window there. It looks kind of silly the way it is right now, but it'll look better once the roof's on, I'm sure. Alright, let's move this roof here. Oops, not that one. Our thatched, sloped roof here. I ran out of plant fiber, but that's okay. I can always get more. Yep. Roof cap. And then let me go get more plant fiber. I need to make a sickle. There's an iron sickle I can make, which will make it very easy to obtain a lot more plant fiber than what we've been gathering just with our hands. But I do also have an idea to make this not look so, I guess, bland. If I take some of these inverted sandstone walls, the inverted sloped ones, I could do something like this, maybe. If it'll, I don't think it'll attach there for right now, but this one, yes. And do the same thing for this side, although it's being a little bit weird. Yeah, it's not wanting to cooperate properly. There we go. That's better. Then here. And the only thing I need left is this. Oh, there we go. Just like that. And then instead of the pillars, what I could probably do is put down... what could I put down, actually? I could just put regular foundations down like that. The one time where I'm actually going to use just regular foundations. Yeah. That looks good. I think that looks good, actually. Alright. So let's finish off the rest of this roof by putting that there. And we'll go inside so we can actually see in here. And use the just the regular thatch rooftop. And we'll use the rooftop end. Just like that. There we go. Now this place is looking a lot bigger. There's more space. And I can pick up our alchemist bench and put it inside. And put it into a corner. Just like that. Now we need to make our saddler's bench, which I don't think we can make that just yet. I need to look at our points here. Where was it? Was it survival? I believe it was survival. When can I make the saddler's bench? It should be... Let me look it up. Ah, here it is. It was under... I think it was under armor. That's what it was. Alright. And then I'll also spend points to get Journeyman Mason. And there's also other stuff here too, which is mostly cosmetic stuff. So we don't really need it right now. What we need is more of these practical benches and maybe even... Here, I'll open up that large chest too. Alright, so let's figure out what we need for the saddler's bench. So we need 37 shaped wood, 37 twine, and 37 leather. So we just need a lot of stuff. And we actually I haven't made a tannery yet. And that's what I need to do. So let me go ahead and get, let's see, where is it? Carpentry, alchemy, no. Farming, no. General smithing? I believe it's smithing, yeah. Tannery right here. And I believe there's a journey step that's actually alongside this too. If I can find it real quick. Here it is, tanner. Use pick to get bark, which we are going to need to get bark to build the table anyway. And then it'll also want me to make the tanner's table alongside of it. So I'm gonna make sure I get a lot of bark. You know, this is the only time where it actually counts to use a pick against a tree, because I know in Minecraft it doesn't really help you out there that much to do that. Okay, so back to smithing. So tannery. And we'll just put that in a corner right here since it fits perfectly. Acquire leather from the tannery. So we do have the box here, which I put a lot of hide and reptile hide in. And we could put the hide, reptile hide, and the bark all together. And then once I have it going, it'll start making leather. And once we have enough leather, we can make the table. However, we also need a lot of leather in order to make the saddle for the horse. So that's probably going to take a minute to make all that leather. But we only need 37 of it, and I need 37 twine as well, which we don't have enough plant fiber to do that. And we also need 37 shaped wood, so I'll just go ahead and put a bunch of my wood in here to make shaped wood. So 4, 5, what's that? 33. There we go. That'll be 37 right there. We also need to name the horse. If you guys have any suggestions in the comments about what name I should give the horse, let me know. because I'm really bad with names. Really bad with coming up with names. But look at this. Our other horse is actually done. And I think what I'll do is I'll just keep this horse the same color as it is. And we'll also put them right there. Look at that. So we have 2 horses. You guys can also come up with the name if you want for the next one. Alright, so we need 75 wood to make the tanner's table. I've also thought about expanding or making a little extension on this left side of the house too. Because, you know, more space, the better anyway. Alright, tanner's table. And I'll put this right next to the tannery. Just like that. And tanner is complete. Awesome. So we can claim reward, which we'll be able to make the improved tanner's table, which actually costs a lot to do that. Alright. Let's go back and select... Oh! I got a tier completed. Look at that. Well, what do you know? Let's take a look. Zingaran Mercenary Shield. Awesome. What's in the bazaar today? Whoa. What's this? Oh, these are... Oh, and then there's the clothing there for that. Ooh. Poitain Knight Armor. That's cool. Knight Caparison for the horse, the lance. That shield's nice too, and those banners are okay as well. That's cool. It's cool looking at the store every now and again. Okay. This campfire is kind of out of place. That's probably why I wanted to expand this a little bit further left, so that way there's more space for the campfire, so I'm literally not squished between my bed and the campfire. I need to make a fireball cauldron as well, because we'll have to make steel at some point. Alright, so we have enough now. Or at least we should have enough. We have enough leather, at least, to make the... Oh, here we go, the shaped wood. And the twine, we have enough of as well. But no, we don't. That's the only thing that's setting us back from making the saddler's workbench. I could go into the blacksmith bench and make the iron sickle, see how much it costs to make it. But I do know that I will need iron to make the saddle for the horse anyway, so I might want to preserve some of that. If we don't have enough, I'll see how much we have, and if we have enough, and if we have some left over, maybe we could make it into a sickle. I've seen enough twine here or enough plant fiber to make into twine, which I need 34 twine in order to make it, so. Alright, so let's grab companion. Oh yeah, wait. 35. Perfect. 10, 20, 30. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Make the other ones. 35, 36, 37. Awesome. So if we go back to companions, now we can make the saddler's work table. And this one I'm actually going to keep outside just because, you know, there's no reason to have it on the inside. Just makes sense since it'll be by the staples. Alright, so looking here, I mean, there's all kinds of saddles. There's even saddles for rhinoceros that we could... Rhinoceri? Is that how it is? But we just need this warhorse saddle light. So it's 56 leather, 15 twine, and 51 iron bars. So let's see how much iron we have. We have 60. Alright, so we have enough for that. I don't know what... I need to remove that stone there for a minute. Take the wood back as well. How much leather we have? 27 and counting. 35 total if I put it in my... on my person. And then we just need more twine as well. And then once we actually get the horse on the saddle, or the saddle on the horse on the saddle. I just picture the horse standing on the saddle instead. With the saddle on the horse, and then we could actually go back to the tomb of Kerozards and get the Emerald Heart. Which in the last episode I talked about how it's by this one person that we saw before where he wanted a fragment of power, and we had to go to him and, well, once we get a fragment of power, we'll be able to go back there and hand it to him. There's like a little box, like a lock box that's next to him, and that's where the Emerald Heart is. It took me so long, so long in the game before when I played this, when I played Age of Calamitous, it took me so long to figure out exactly where he is, or where the Emerald Heart is. Alright, so 15, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. So I'll take the 15 twine and I will put it in there. I'll take the iron, put it in there. And then we should have enough leather. 52. We have enough to make the rhino travel saddle. Alright, I just need 4 more leather. Then we can actually make the saddle. 1 more. Perfect. It's also making a bunch of tar, which tar is going to be used to make steel. Alright, there we go. So let's craft the saddle. Now, I also want to go and grab some vines, and there are specific looking trees that give vines. These ones in particular, they have very skinny stalks. And the reason why I want the vines is because when I feed them to my horse, they give me it gives them a higher chance of getting vitality when they level up every time. And that's what we want. I want to have a horse with a lot of vitality, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to try to attack them and all that. But let's look at their stats real quick. So, strength 64% chance, 40% chance, 52% chance, 93% chance for grit. So that's crazy. What about this horse? 82, 40, 64, 64. So their strength is a lot higher. Their vitality and grit's pretty high. The agility is the lowest, and I think the agility is lowest for this one as well. Yes. Vitality is the lowest though for this, so I might actually want to start feeding the brown horse instead. So go ahead and put vines in there, but I'm only going to put 1 in there because I know he'll just start eating it like crazy. But there we go. We've settled our horse, and now we can ride our horse. And now it tells us to tackle an enemy while riding a horse. So, since we have our horse now, what we can do is just head to the tomb. Head to the tomb of Kerozards, and then we can run over really any enemy NPC that we can. It's actually quite funny. And as you've noticed, the horse can swim. Horse can swim, which is really nice. Yeah, traveling via horse. I think swimming while you're not on your horse is faster, but obviously on land, the horse makes it so much easier to travel. Alright, as you can see, yeah, we're really fast now, so it's going to take a lot less time to get to and from point A to point B. But as you see that our horse they do have stamina, a stamina bar. And unfortunately, it does not increase as they level up. That's the unfortunate thing. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm getting away from that. Don't want that thing attacking my horse. But my horse already has a big boost to health from leveling up just once. And every time it levels up, I'm going to keep feeding it fine. So that way I just ensure that it has a higher chance of getting vitality every time it levels up. And the horse, as well as other thralls as well, they will receive perks after every 10 levels. At least in the mod that I have, one of the mods that I have listed, that I have listed in the description of this video as well as the previous ones, one of them actually gives them a chance to be level 100. So every 10 levels they get a perk. Normally I believe it's 5, 10, 15, and then 20 is the maximum. Something like that. So like every 5 levels for them, it's different. Or I think it's 10, 15, 20. I think it's only 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Alright, so let's head over here to the tomb. And I think I could just run past these traps, but I don't know. Rather not take my chances. The unfortunate thing, though, is I can't be on my horse and go through this entire dungeon because the door frame's too short for me to go through. Because these horses are tall. They're huge. So we'll just head down here and then make a left, and it's right here. Picked it up, and now we can deliver it. We can take it back. Oh, yeah. So your horse also follows you everywhere, and don't worry, like, if you don't see your horse anywhere, it'll eventually teleport back to you as long as it's following you. Maybe. Yep, there they are. And a cool feature that you can do in the base game is if you go to the followers tab here and you see horse and then black horse, you can click this marker here, and if you enable it, it'll show exactly where your followers are, and that's for everything: your animals, your horse, your pets, your horses, your thralls, anything. You could just click that and you'll see it on the map, and they show up as this icon here. It's like a person icon. So all right, so we finished getting the Emerald Heart, so we can now go back and deliver this quest and see what's in store for us next. But it was good expanding the house a little bit, but I think we're gonna have to do it again. But as I've said previously, that house is only temporary. We're only getting the things that really are necessary, or at least trying to get everything done down here first before really having to venture off and, you know, having to build like an actual permanent base. Which there's, like I said, there's a few spots up in the Highlands that I really do like, that I think will be beneficial for us, resource-wise especially, where there's a lot of iron nearby. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. A lot of iron, a lot of stone, and a lot of wood. Alright. Hello, I'm here to deliver the quest. There you go. New grounds. I think it's time you went and found Mage Darvin on the eastern shore. I bet he's starting to worry about us by now. I'll stay here with the relics and keep an eye on things until we're ready to leave. Mage Brulix wants you to go and help Mage Darvin at N4. And I know where that is, because that's in the jungle. All the way over here. So it's a very long trek. I mean, from here, it's not too long, but once we move up here, yeah, it's gonna take a minute to get there. But since we have our horse, it won't really be that much of a problem. Alright, so that's Mage Brulix's quest lines. And then we have Mage Darvin next, which we are going to have to level up quite a bit before we actually take that on. Because I know at some point there is a quest where we have to be level 50 in order to take it. So I think it's just best if we decide to grind a little bit. And I think we'll probably grind next episode and get up to those levels, which there's a couple places that we can go do that. And not just, you know, killing random enemies that we find, but actually doing, you know, dungeons and stuff. There is one dungeon in particular that we can actually go and do, but I need to make sure that I have the proper gear and the proper weaponry to do so. Which means we'll actually have to use bow and arrow. Bow and arrows, and make medium armor instead, because light armor is not really going to cut it. So let's go ahead and head back home. And I think the last thing we'll do before ending off the episode is we'll do that little extension I talked about by the stables for the house, and then we'll see how it looks, and we'll probably be able to rearrange some things. Oh yeah, my horse leveled up again. Need to feed you vines. There you go. I think the highest amount of health, vanilla-wise, that I've had for a horse was maybe 20,000 health, which is a lot. A lot. And that was when they were really close to max level. But with these mods, I'm sure they're probably going to be... their numbers are going to go way up higher. Because there are enemies in this game, based off of Age of Calamitous, that hurt a lot. And having a horse that's actually very strong and is able to maybe tank a little bit here and there, it'll kind of be a lifesaver. But we also need to make sure that we spend a lot of our points in vitality as well if we want to stay alive by when we take large hits from enemies. But not only that, we also want to focus on some strength too, and grit, because we need to keep a big pool of stamina when we start using our weapons, because it uses a lot of our stamina when we swing our weapons. And strength, because we'll be able to do more damage. I don't think I'm going to focus into agility, because agility is mostly something for bow and arrow, and that's not really my kind of play style. Was that horse trying to attack the crocodile? That's funny. Alright, so expertise is also good too, because I'll be able to carry a lot of things at one time. Okay. Stand guard here. So you actually, I need to move you. I need to move both of you. I'll move you over here. And you on the opposite side, like that. Alright. Let me go get my stone from the furnace. And then we can actually expand by one. That. And this. This. Then the cap. Ooh, I only have enough for... oh, there we go. For 2. I need 1 more, so I just need more plant fiber. How much do I need? 6. Okay. There we go. That's enough. Perfect. Look at that. That looks nice. Nice cozy house with our horses. And on the inside... yep. This brings it out a little bit more, so it gives a little bit more space for other things. So I'll go ahead and move this here too. Here. Move this here too. And move the box back as well. And this means I actually have more room for the campfire. So I can put it right here, more in the middle. I could do it on these two squares here, close to the corner. And there's a lot more space to work with. That looks really good. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Conan Exiles Age of Calamitous. If you guys did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. We have a lot to do tomorrow. There's something big that we're going to be doing because we're going to go do a dungeon, an actual proper dungeon, actually a vanilla dungeon to be more specific. So that'll be very fun to do. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And if you also did enjoy this, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well, because that lets me know that you guys enjoy the content on the channel and would like to see more. And I'd like to give a good shout out to my good friends Gabe and Barry Medley for being members of the channel, and you can become a member as well by hitting the join button down below. I've been Savvy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys! See you later.